Kelly here, Kelly Soroka Life, with your reading for this new moon in Cancer. So, the new moon in Cancer, we're moving into a very emotional time. Cancer is a water sign, and it can be kind of protective, especially about home and family, but it also can bring up a lot of emotion and a lot of things that you're feeling on either end of the spectrum in emotions, from happiness to sadness. And so we want to look at those things and look at the emotions and see how we can best use this energy to explore those emotions, because the best way to really deal with any emotion is to look it straight in the eye and figure out why it's there and why it's helping you and what it's doing for you. So we're going to look at 6 different cards, and the reading is going to go kind of in pairs with 2 questions, looking at one side of the spectrum and another looking at the other. So you can see the whole spread on my Instagram page, and I'll leave a link to that below. But we have, and today I'm using the Mermaid Tarot. And the first 2 questions go together. So the first 2 questions are, how are my emotions helping me? And how are my emotions hindering me? So you can, and it can be both at the same time. And that's what is really interesting about this time, about this emotional time, because you can feel these things at the same time, or, one right after the other. So we're going to look at how are your emotions helping you? And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So right now you might be feeling something that's making you feel kind of out of sorts. You feel left out, or you feel something's just not going the way that you think it should go. And because it's really making you feel insecure about how it's going, you're not seeing the help that is around you, things that you can take advantage of, things that you can lean on, people that are offering help to you, and you're maybe thinking, well, I really don't want, anybody to know about this, or I really don't want to talk about it. But this card is telling you that in order for this emotion to really help you, that you really need to reach out to the people around you and to reach out to the resources around you to work through whatever it is that's making you feel insecure, making you feel out of sorts right now. But then at the same time, there could be something your emotions are hindering. So your emotions, how it is hindering you, is the Queen of Pentacles, and she's all about abundance, and she's about the material, making things happen, bringing happiness into the home and bringing happiness into your work life or your money. So your emotions here, there's something that you're feeling around some material aspect of your life, and it's keeping you from really feeling all that abundance, manifesting what it is that you really want in that area. So it may be that you're feeling insecure about your work. Maybe you want to start a new job or look for a new job, or you're having trouble with a coworker and you're not sure how to go about it. So it's keeping you from really realizing something in your life and something in that material world. And it could be around finances. It could be around your health. It could be around your family, or it could be around your home. So look at something where you know that you're not bringing in the abundance that you really want in that area. And what is it that you're feeling? Are you feeling fear? Are you feeling insecurity? Are you feeling envy? Are you, what is it that you're feeling? And look at, just look at that emotion in the eye, figure out what it is, and work through it so that you can get to that abundant place. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she's telling you that it's there, and you just need to work through whatever that is. And it may take a little time, to work through whatever it is. If it's a long-held fear, it might take a while to work through that, but you can do it. And the Queen of Pentacles is there to support you. Then the next 2 cards that go together are, what emotion am I sharing with others? and what emotion am I hiding from others? So there may be an emotion that you're sharing and or that you need to be sharing, or that you are sharing, that's really bringing good things, and that you need to keep doing that. And then what emotion are you hiding? And we know when we hide emotions, sometimes that doesn't lead to a really good place. So we're going to look at those things. So what emotion am I sharing with others? And this is the Queen of Swords. And we had the Queen of Pentacles in the last one, and she's all about abundance. And now the Queen of Swords, she's there to tell you that, I'll call this the cut the crap card, that she gets to the heart of the matter, whatever it is. And so you're, being very good about letting other people know how you feel, letting other people know what your boundaries are, and letting other people know, what the truth is. But you're doing it in a very tactful way, because the Queen of Swords, she doesn't just go in and say things without thinking. She's very logical about what she says and what she does. And so here, taking this kind of logical tack to your emotions is really doing you a benefit at this time. But then there's something that you could be hiding, that's something that you are, not really wanting to work with. And this is justice. And here we have Justice card. So this is something that you feel that you have been treated unfairly, that you feel like that you have not been treated in the best manner. And it could be anything in your life that you feel that you've just not been treated fairly, and but you're hiding it, and you're not letting the other party, or you're not letting yourself even acknowledge it. You're just kind of saying, well, it's okay, it's making excuses for it. But the Justice card is there to say there's a way. The Queen of Swords, she's telling you, use that tact, use that logical way to think about this emotion of feeling unfair, and then let the person know, or let the situation work itself out with you being not hiding that feeling of feeling like you've been treated unfairly, because that's not a good feeling. And if you have, or someone that that's being treated unfairly, and now it's time to really stand up in that place in a good way, in a tactful way, and have that conversation. So the last two cards are about being open and having boundaries, because the Cancer, is the crab is the zodiac symbol for Cancer, and the crab, it has that protective shell, but needs to be open in order to, needs to go out in the open in order to survive, but also has that boundary, that shell, in order to survive as well. So we're going to look at those things. Where in your life do you need to be more open? And here we have the Fool. And the Fool is taking chances, is going out into the unknown, not knowing what's going to happen, but still taking that step, still taking that step and going out and doing it. So there's something there's something that you want to do, something you want to try, something you want to change, and you're really afraid to do it, because it is very, it can be very scary taking that first step, going outside the box. But the Fool is there saying that you can do it. And even if it's just one little step towards that, you don't have to make, a huge change, unless you feel like that's necessary. But usually a change like this is going to be something that you just take a little bit at a time. And the Fool is there to say, it's okay, you can do it, you can move ahead. And then lastly, where in your life do you need better boundaries? So there's places where you need to be open and taking that step, but there's also places where you might need boundaries. And now we have the King of Swords. So we had the Queen, telling us to be logical and to say things very logically. Here we need better boundaries in the King is, in communication, making sure that, we are communicating and that we are being heard as well. And so you need, and that's a boundary. You know, a boundary is making sure that you are being your needs and wants and your thoughts and wishes and dreams and goals, that you feel safe in communicating them. And the king is saying that you might not feel safe in that area, that there might be things that you really want to communicate, but you're letting outside circumstances dictate when and how you say those things. And so look very carefully at where your communication is this season. Look at how you're communicating. Look at the ways that you are letting other people know what is okay and what's not okay. And it may be a very specific situation that you're dealing with, and the person is just not listening to you, and you need to find a different way to communicate. Or it could be overall that you feel like that you're just not letting yourself communicate in the way that you want to. And the King of Swords is there to tell you that it's okay, that you can do it, and that this is a boundary. This is a way of self-protection. This is a way you communicating and listening to the other people in your life, and listening to what they hear from you is a good way to make sure that you're communicating very well. So that is the reading for the new moon in Cancer. And so go out, let yourself feel the emotions, let yourself share emotions that you need to share, and share and be open when it's okay, but also have those boundaries in place. So have a really good new moon in Cancer. And if you want more witchy stuff, you can check out my Broom and Moon Coven on Patreon, and I will leave a link there. And it's it's full of witchy goodness, learning about herbs and crystals and Reiki and more about tarot and oracle cards and things like that. So, and doing live moon, full moon, and new moon rituals, and just all kinds of things. So go and check that out, and I wish you a very good new moon in Cancer.